What's happening? This is the Smash Bros. Cast. I'm at 64 Josh. We got Nightcrawler. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? It's Crawler coming at you.
It is going well. It's been an exciting week for Smash. We might have our very first Bayonetta in Smash Ultimate, you know? But I don't know. I mean, I've been looking through our Discord, and we got some people that are like, they rate Mythra real high, they make Pyra low. I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. We got to play some last night. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We had some of the best swears.
I'm animated when I play Smash.
There was some really good swears. Like some really good swears. So, before we get started, guys, we do have a tournament this month. It's going to be the last Saturday of the month. That's the plan anyway. I got to just double check a few things, but I think we should be good to go. You'll be able to sign up at n64josh.com/smash. Right? That's what you guys all like when I say /smash. And, yeah, we did our first crew battle last weekend or the weekend before.
Weekend before last, yeah.
Yeah, so that was really a lot of fun. We had a really good turnout for that, and the Smash League is still going strong. So if you want to get involved with the league, n64josh.com/discord, you can reach out to the coaches. They have their role being displayed in the Discord, so you know exactly who to reach out to. Right now, we are mixed up between the East and the West, and as we get more and more people,
I think we're closer to getting to third team.
We have a third team's possibly in the works. So, it's exciting stuff. It's been cool, and just seeing the way that community has gotten a little more tight knit, you know, and just like watching them root for each other and everything while we were doing the crew battles. It was a good time. It took us about 5 hours to do 36 stocks. So it took a minute, but.
And it came down to what, 1 or 2 stocks too?
Yeah, it was 2 stocks. 2 stocks, and the West took it. So we'll see what happens. Crowzone is just
the ringer.
He's the final boss. You know, he's the final boss. So, but I actually talked with him a little bit afterwards. We might try to get him on the show, but he told me he's super shy. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to see if that works or not. But we do want to get our coaches on here very soon. We were going to try to do it that same night, but it just didn't work out. So, but we are going to try in the near future to get the coaches on as well. So, Crawler, Mythra, Pyra, we haven't even had a chance to we didn't even get a chance to talk about them like beforehand. Like there was no speculation or anything like that. This life's been a little bit crazy, but
yeah, you and I got to have private conversations about it. We watched the trailer together, and I think a lot of what we had thought about actually was true. But yeah, it was a fun week actually.
And I mean, these are characters that I know we've both wanted them. We talked about them in the first DLC pack. I honestly thought they were going to make it into the original roster. That's what I was thinking would happen, but you know, it just didn't work out. But I really did think that they, especially after as successful as Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was, I thought, you know, there's a chance. But it took almost the end of the second fighter pack, and I mean, how do you feel about that placement at that point? You know, like the game's kind of come and gone. They re-released the first one, and it didn't hurt sales in Japan at all for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It was sold out everywhere. Right? Yeah. Which is, I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I mean, and the other thing, in the States when it was announced, the YouTube channel had big dislikes, right? Or that video, but.
And you and I were the polar opposite of that because we were both like. We even said this was the first DLC character we were actually excited to put time into and actually try to make it a viable character for us both.
Exactly. But in Japan, the like to dislike ratio was like completely different. So you know that these characters are very, very popular over there, and yeah, I mean, there was people that were so upset that it's another sword character. Like, there's like,
the math doesn't add out for that though.
No, there's less than a quarter of the fighters are sword characters. You know, so like, I'm totally fine with it. I think they're a great addition. I like the way they implemented them, where you get to play as both of them, and I'm okay with Rex not being on the. You know, I didn't know how they would do it. I didn't know if Rex would be like on the screen with you, like in the background, like the Pokemon. You know, Pokemon.
You can call him for a taunt.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And I think didn't Sakurai talk about like the chaos that ensues when you have like what 16 ice climbers on the screen all at once or whatever, and so if Rex
didn't want to have it be part of the
of that chaos, right? So but overall, like what are your impressions of these characters so far?
I am a Mythra main with Pyra when I need her, which is kind of how I feel about. Even though Mythra is like the less, she's more crass in the actual game of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I always liked Mythra better than Pyra. I don't know why, but Mythra plays a lot better speed wise. It's just if in kind of the style of Smash we're playing with the 3-stock, no items, kind of neutral game play, she excels in that. And Pyra is much slower, but when that kill, in quick play, I was racking up 230 something damage on some characters and not being able to kill. She has a few specific moves that are specific circumstances, I think, that you kind of need for her to succeed in getting that kill at a right spot. You can kind of chase people off a little bit, but recovery is an issue for both of them. They have their strengths where Pyra can recover vertically and Mythra can recover more horizontally, but they both have their strengths and their weaknesses, and it's kind of like a progression of Pokemon Trainer. I start my matches as Mythra, so I default that with Y at the character selection, so I don't have to waste time switching. And if I get to the point where I need the kill, then I pull out Pyra. But I've kind of been taking it as a challenge the last couple days over the weekend here to try for just solo Mythra kills, and it's been a fun challenge. But as you and I were playing last night, it's like I'd even tell you as I was doing it, I was like, I don't want to do this, but I'm bringing it out, and I did it, and I'd kill you. So, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. They're fun.
Yeah, I think they're great characters. A Spare Change, thank you so much for the 16 months on Twitch. I appreciate it. I initially have been playing more with Pyra just because, like, I liked both of them, right? But I've just been enjoying how hard she hits, you know. But she's also her speed really does limit her, and you know, like we had some fun matches last night, and it was enjoyable. But taking them into quick play, it's almost necessary to play as Mythra first, and then just kind of keep mixing things up, you know, because if you don't, I feel like Pyra doesn't have a huge tool set, you know, like with her speed. And I mean, you know, her side B is like, it's a
good zoning tool.
It's great, but
it's
like
a decent edge guard as well.
You throw it at the wrong time and you're going to have somebody right in your face, more than likely getting a grab on you. Yep. She does have a 0 to death, or a 0 to death, and Mewtwo King put out a video on it. You guys can check it out, where it used the footstool. So as you catch them in the side B, you then footstool them, and then catch them in a jab lock, and then after your first jab, throw the side B again, footstool, jab, side B, footstool, and then, you know, you could finish it up with like an up B, and that will that'll close out the stock. So are people going to be hitting that very often? Probably, probably not. But it does exist. So, and I actually didn't even see his. He loves these characters. They like, according to at least some of his titles, this is his new main. So we'll see, how long that lasts and what some of these how some of the matchups go. But Mythra is just so fast, and Mythra reminds me a lot of playing playing with Mario or whatever, just because of the speed. And Pyra is like Ganondorf, it's just like you're gonna bring out
that. She can bring out that side smash pretty quickly, and it's scary.
Yeah, and the up B is also like it can be pretty brutal if you get that timing right. Like we had a few times last night where we both hit it, and whoever hit it first typically won, depending on like what your height was or whatever where you hit it.
Yeah, it depends on if you catch him on the upswing, because there is a hitbox there, but then it's also depending on vulnerability frames as well. But as that plume of fire comes up, that's the big strong killing move. It's a very big rock paper scissors game there. I'm not quite sure of the math yet on that.
Right. Yeah. And that's what it boils down to. I do feel like there are times, depending on the way the person is playing Mythra, that Pyra can be a pretty good she could be a little tough for Mythra to deal with at times. Because
we were doing side B on Mythra won't go through side B Pyra
right
at all. And Pyra can zone out Mythra pretty well if you're doing a Ditto.
I'm just curious, you watch the high level play, right? And a lot of times, you won't even see certain moves thrown out by like the pros and whatnot, just because like the landing lag is so much that it's like if they get the read or they're able to dodge or block or whatever, like it's not a safe move. So I'm curious to see what her play style is going to be.
Which is why neutral game is so important at the high level, and that I feel like Mythra is going to be that kind of ace in the hole for a lot of people.
Yeah, because
neutral is so strong, and then when you need that like true killing move, you switch. You got a few options. You're smart about when you throw it, and then you switch back.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, and she does have some work she can do on the ledge, and like that. Yeah, she's got some viable stuff, but it does seem like as I've gone back into quick play, I find myself switching more to Mythra than sticking with Pyra, just because she's kind of the closer. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, the music is one of the things that you mentioned right away. You were like, oh, finally we have some Xenoblade music, And
because we were getting ready to set up a room last night, and I was going into music because I had DK Rap for like the longest time as my lobby music, and the Xenoblade 2 fighting music where the guitar kicks in and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be my new lobby music.
I love it. That's great. So I don't think I've ever messed with my lobby music. I need to go in and I think there's some pretty good Mario music I need to add.
Yeah, there's probably good Sunshine music, and there's so many different. I like the music in Sunshine pretty well. So
some of the acapella is just the acapella is crazy in that. So we're watching stream right now, and that up B from Pyra when she's gonna grab the side of the stage, like it happens so fast that I get nervous every time that I'm not going to grab it. And we had an instance last night where we both went for the edge at the same time, and I was Mythra, you were Pyra. I didn't grab anything. I just continued falling, and I was like, it was very, very strange. Like I didn't, all of a sudden I was under the stage, and I'm like, what is happening? So, it's gonna be interesting to see like what, some of these moves like the up B, are they gonna be incorporated into possibly into some combos and moves that like they're allowed to use them so that they'll be safe, but Pyra's, she throws that side B, you jump over it, like there's really not a lot she can do. So you've got to be really, really careful with it.
Yeah. And so like my default on Corrin matches for me on quick play is Battlefield. But I feel like if I'm gonna make the switch, or if I'm gonna like choose a day to be playing quick play as Mythra Pyra, Final Destination is going to be my better default on quick play, just because their moveset, I think, is, especially Pyra, if you want options, is better suited on that FD configuration.
Yeah, no, I agree. You hit that up B and you're up on the platform, and it's like, well, maybe you'll stab through.
Yeah, or if they telegraph their recovery. I caught a few people in quick play doing that. I think I caught you once on that too last night. If they telegraph where they're going and you can space that out correctly and you can land with them as they're doing it, it's game over. And I like Pyra says, I think on both Pyra and Mythra have great voice lines, like if you make a mistake or you die as Mythra, she's like, seriously? Right. And Pyra, I think, has a call out where she's like, see you later, or something like that as she hits you. Yeah,
they're the spiciness of each of them are pretty great, but Mythra takes the cake for sure. So Sponge Matt, thank you so much for the 6 months. I appreciate it. If you guys are in chat right now, the lobby is not closed. You can hit !ID to jump in and be able to just kind of go King of the Hill style. So we'd love to get you guys on stream here. Let's talk about the stage a little bit. Like, we played it last night with hazards off. We've seen it once tonight with hazards off, and I feel like, although the one where the head is at, it has a little bit of an up angle. I feel like there's a potential for this to be a legal stage. Now, I don't know like about the blast zones and how crazy they are, if it's a low ceiling or something like that, because I know that can be a factor. But what do you think? You think it could be legal?
I know we were talking about it last night. The Smash community is stubborn. I feel like no. The stage we're on right here is the Final Fantasy Sephiroth stage, which could be legal because it is pretty much just one of the Pokemon
Lenova,
stadium.
Right? Or is it Kalos? I can't remember which one.
But just without walls, which I think is probably better. But a lot of people complained about the busyness in the background behind you. After you and I were talking about it last night, I was thinking about it, and as cool as it was when one of us fell off the stage and tried to come back into the cloud, you're into the Cloud C. Like, I feel like there's going to be complaint about that not being able to have kind of offstage engagements that you can kind of see.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, there's not going to be, you start getting into the stage spikes and the text and some of the fighting that can just take place. And if you're just in the clouds, you're not going to be able to see anything. Yeah, which is,
MK Leo does some crazy stuff below the stage.
Right. Yeah, and I mean the clouds look super cool when you hit them. Like there's a great effect there. But it would be nice if hazards were off, if the clouds would just get shut off. Yeah. Just have it be in like basically in blue sky, and just because the lack of legal stages, and there's just so few, and very few have been added since this game. So
they've been the same since even 4, pretty much. I mean, not a lot has changed.
Yeah, and I feel like we may even have. Well, I think isn't like the Kirby stage that's at night. That one was legal in Melee, but I don't think it's. I can't remember what was up with that one. If it was the low ceiling or.
I think it's got a low. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the case too. It's just the low ceiling, because it's like, I think even like the Mario Kart stage with no hazards is like, it could be, looks like it could be legal, but I think the ceiling on it is incredibly low, and it does have a very busy background. But yeah, I wish we just see a few more stages, because it does, it's just a lot of times you're just seeing PS2 in Battlefield. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And get Lylat and Yoshi out of there and mix it up and do something new.
Yeah, it would be nice. And I mean, I don't know, is this level, I'd like to do a comparison of this level to FD and see, how much more busy it is. It's not quite as busy as like Bayonetta's stage or whatever. That thing just gets
that gets me nauseated when I play that sometimes.
Yeah,
when it's like fully going.
And there's things screaming at you the whole time. Like,
yeah.
Like that one makes sense. But I almost feel like Sakurai's been trying to throw a bone at the competitive community with these stages and being like, hey, and they're still not working out. Like, I can understand Min Min stage has like a hole in the middle or something. Wasn't there something funky about that one, or like some?
There's bumper. I played it last night in quick play, or the other night in quick play. There's like speed bumpers on the far sides off the stage, and then the middle of the stage has a bump, like a bump jumper or something like that.
Yeah,
it pops you up higher than your normal jump, so it's just kind of really different.
Right.
And then trying to think what else. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Sakurai has like tried a little bit with like teasing the frame data for Sephiroth and all that other kind of stuff, like subtle nods to the competitive community, and
right.
None. The only thing they seem to be happy to embrace is the characters.
Yeah, and it would be nice to see more of these stages, but and I mean, maybe things change after we get back to some normalcy in life. Maybe some stuff gets reevaluated. I don't know, because right now everything's just online, and like, and I wonder if it could differ from scene to scene if some people do allow some of these stages.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the big majors that kind of helps set the tone for legal stages.
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys are just tuning into the show and you're in stream, go ahead and just jump into the arena, and you guys will provide our gameplay for the Smash Bros cast here. So we got 2 characters left.
We do.
I mean, I think pretty much everybody thinks we're going to see Crash.
Yeah, I mean, when does Crash 4 come out? In June?
I thought it was in like next Tuesday.
Maybe it's in April.
I thought it was next Tuesday.
Oh, is it next Tuesday?
I think so.
I think. Okay, yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, everyone kind of thought it was going to be around that, but I mean, this was a pleasant surprise that it was another Nintendo franchise. But yeah, I think, I mean, I hope Waluigi's like just a free one for everybody, and they just like kind of like Piranha Plant. That we get like two proper DLC characters. But throw in, I mean, because there's already Wrecking Crew stage or whatever, so Waluigi could have his own stage. But I would hope that he gets that treatment at the very last, because I think this is kind of, it's going to be the ultimate way, no pun intended, I guess. These characters aren't going to all be able to come back together in whatever version of Smash we get on the next Nintendo console, because the rights to have all these characters here again is going to be quite a bit.
It's gonna be rough. It will be crazy to see, the future of Smash. What it holds for us, and but they've also built a great foundation with since Melee, really, you get the Fire Emblem characters that we were all confused about in the States. We were kind of just like, wait, who are some of these? Who's Marth? Who's Roy? Like, what is this? So, and I think I can't even remember if one of them was actually in the 64. I just don't recall. But, Crash and Mario have a history, with. Sony and Nintendo, really, Crash was kind of their mascot for a little bit there, showing up at Nintendo headquarters with his megaphone, just kind of talking crap to Mario.
How cool would that be? I don't think it would be a move, but how cool would that be as a taunt if Crash pulled out a one of them was like, wasn't he wearing like a sandwich board sign, and then another taunt could be a megaphone. Like, that would be hilarious.
Oh, it'd be great. Or even his final smash is like a giant megaphone that he just screams in or something, like just yells like, "Hey, plumber!" I don't even remember what he was saying back in the day. But it would be interesting to see if that's, and it would be. I feel like the Final Fantasy characters definitely represent the PlayStation side of things more so, especially. The fact that they brought not only Cloud but then Sephiroth as well, so like there's definitely some love there. But Microsoft, he's got Steve, he's got Banjo's, like, I don't know, is Banjo Microsoft or Nintendo?
So Banjo and Steve both aren't a true representation of Microsoft. They're two companies that Microsoft bought. Banjo represents the 64. I mean, that's what everybody. Nuts and Bolts is not a game. Like, that doesn't even count. So Banjo and Banjo-Tooie, like, those are the two games that everyone knows and remembers, and it was on Nintendo 64. It was Rare, and that's what it was. And it just happens that Microsoft owns Rare now, so they have those access to that. And then Steve was a $2 billion acquisition of Mojang. So I would love to see Chief, or I don't know if we would get that, but I'm trying to think what else could be as iconic as Chief being the Microsoft representation in Smash.
What was that? It was a launch title. It was kind of a Zelda-esque game. I can't remember. Oh my goodness, I can't. It was made by Rare console? For the 360, where you played as this elemental. You'd have to use ice and all. Cameo.
Camino.
Cameo. Yeah, Cameo. But I mean, nobody knows that character. It's like.
No,
that was.
I would be open to the Jet Force Gemini twin, even though that's Rare again as well. But I would be open to those characters coming. I think that would be a fun nod to the N64 as well.
Well, and if we're gonna keep going with Rare characters, give me Fulgore from Killer Instinct. Crozone is like, he would like to see more fighting game characters represented, and like. I mean,
yeah.
Fulgore
get Sub-Zero or Reptile from Mortal Kombat as well.
Also great choices. But I mean, Fulgore was the character I used to like have people lined up in the arcade, basically just stealing quarters from them because I practiced on the SNES so much that I didn't take it to the arcade and just do the same combos over and over again. And so, I would love to see. A character like that. But again, it's so, Microsoft still has Killer Instinct going on the one right now. They supported that game. I think it was a launch title,
it's a free to play game as well.
It is.
I think it's just there. Yeah.
But like how would they? The question is how would they even do it? Because that game was focused on your combos, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was all about button combinations to pull off big combos. So,
I mean, they've found ways to put Terry, Ken, and Ryu's like true combos into this game. So I mean, you never know. Sakurai is a wizard.
he really is. He really is. So, I'm with you. If we get Waluigi, don't have him be one of the characters that we have to pay for, right? Like throw him in like the plant was. If like,
have it be the pre-order bonus for Fighter Pass Season 3.
right?
I hope it just keeps going. Like, the Switch is 4 years in now as of last week last week. I hope Nintendo consoles last a while. I mean, we're in talks. The Bloomberg report had the Switch Pro kind of whatever. But I think there's still at least 4 to 5 years kind of a future here on this platform. Oh, poor Leo just SD'd. But I would be hopeful that, I mean, I know that Sakurai's team probably needs a rest, and maybe they take some time off, especially post-COVID, all this kind of stuff, and catch their breath, recharge their batteries, but then come back with another season of Fighter Pack and just keep this game alive and make it really truly just who's who of video games, and just the awesomeness that it already is, make it even that much better and add that many more characters. That's my hope, I guess.
And I want to see this. I want to see this game hit 103 characters because I don't count the Miis. So it would have to hit 100 real characters and then the Miis, right? So
I want the character selection screen to be as crazy as the stage selector.
Right, exactly. And just to clarify with everybody, the plant is no longer free, but if you pre-ordered either Ultimate or the Fighter Pass or something, you did get the plant for free back then. So it'd be nice to see Waluigi. I would probably never play with him, like it's not a character that I'm all that interested in, but sometimes you just do it for the memes, you never know. But we did get with Mythra and Pyra, we got what are we at? Like update 11.0, and we saw a few characters get nerfed, a few characters get buffed, but there were some serious nerfs. I saw that like a few stream titles that were like, my last stream is Wario, stuff like that. So like some characters, they kind of got hurt a little bit.
Yeah. Joker, Palutena, Zero Suit, Wario, they all kind of got nerfed a little bit.
Do you think any of the chat right now says Long says rip Palutena, Crowzone says the Wario nerfs were by far the biggest, and I wonder if they're gonna and I don't know, maybe it was just maybe the character was too easy. I mean, she had good neutral loops is what she had. I mean, were you talking Wario or Palutena? Oh, I mean, either of them. I was talking Wario, yeah. But I
think Wario was the up tilt, I think, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
up tilt, decrease the amount of time the hit so hit detection is less time there, and then down special decreased attack speed for the 3rd level charge and decreased attack speed of the max charge. So the harder hitting ones come out slower.
And I mean, it's essentially the nerf. It's kind of like the nerf that Mario got from 4 to 4 to Ultimate, where his down throw to the endless up tilts. The 1,000-year up tilt, and I mean, that's good. It's what I feel like happens with this game is like these kind of updates will happen. It's part of the reason I'm nervous about playing with Pyra and Mithra, because I'm curious is like if they are the new Bayo and they do get nerfed, I don't want to get so used to a play style that I end up having to change again.
Adapt. Yeah.
So because yeah, it is frustrating for people, like especially Wario mains. You know, that's rough. So
I mean, I think Mithra and Pyra are safe for a little while. I mean, look at Joker. It took a while. They want to collect, unless it's just egregious and it's breaking the game if they notice the data. Otherwise, they want to collect a lot of data to back up what they're doing. And I think it also, as the roster gets larger, there's more matchups and there's more rock, paper, scissors that you have to put into consideration there. And they're trying to make it. There are definitely tiers of characters, but they're trying to make as many characters viable, which is it's nice that there's not a strict meta.
Yes, and the fact that it does, you know, change periodically is good, but I do feel for those that are affected by it, right? Mario has seen like one thing this whole time, and it's like his final smash is now, you know, like it now like hits less or more. I'm like, I don't even, this affects me zero. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm never going to be using it.
A lot of the changes, the blanket changes are, which there weren't even that many blanket changes on this round, but a lot of them just neutral does this as the same as everybody else or something like that is what some of them are.
Vulnerable when falling or something like that was one we saw a lot. So,
but then like I started a character that was kind of changed for the worst from 4 to Ultimate with Corrin, and then she was kind of brought back into the kind of the same, almost the same level, and it was gradual as it came back up with the jump and the up B and the vulnerability and the range and all that kind of stuff, and it's good to see characters get balanced even if it takes over a year or so for that to happen.
Chat saying Palutena's Nair was nerfed like 3 times and it's still good. You know, and that's going to happen. I'd
rather them take the incremental steps though, as opposed to I feel like in 4, didn't they do like large sweeping changes and then it was overcorrection. And so I'd rather them just dial the knob back just a little bit and find the sweet spot.
Sponge Matt's like, I miss my day one Luigi. Like I do remember Luigi got some pretty hefty nerfs like right off the bat after the game came out. So it's I feel like this has been, I mean, it's taken 11 updates, and this is the first one that I feel like there's been like a lot of nerfs. Typically it's characters getting buffed, and we did see a few characters get buffed as well. And I really feel that comes from what they learned with 4, right? Where it's like, instead of just nerfing all the top tier characters, just make some more characters that are that could be top tier as well, just by changing the attack speed or the frames on which these hits come out or this move comes out. And so I'm glad to see that, you know, after 2 years and 3 months that we see, and like Crozo said in the chat, he's like, you know, those other than Wario, everybody else kind of just got a slap on the wrist. You know, they're not even that drastic. It's more just a little bit of a balancing act. So I really feel that they're doing a great job with this game. The next thing, honestly, is get these new servers going that they're going to be using on Monster Hunter so that we can stop playing with this archaic netcode that just, like, when I lose in quick play to lag, I don't rage very often when it comes to this game, but the lag is kind of like the straw that breaks the camel's back, you know?
Lag was bad this weekend with a lot of people hopping in to play Mythra, and yeah, it was bad.
I mean, I would love to see, like, they encourage everybody to buy the LAN cable, so they know who has it and who doesn't. Like, just let the Wi-Fi players play against each other, and let those of us that are plugged in play against each other, so that it just encourages them to go and pick up their own LAN adapter. You know, then you play somebody wireless. You know, they're playing handheld on the other end of their house from their router, and I'm just like, is every one of their games like this? Because why are they still even, like, why are they here? Like, why are you here at this point? It's so bad.
Yeah, it was bad enough that I exited out of the game and went into my settings and did an internet test, just because I was unsure of what my actual connection was, and I was downloaded over. I mean, even with the wire, at like 80 something megs a second. So it's like, it's not me. it's whoever I'm playing.
Right. Yeah, the it's just frustrating. It's frustrating. And I don't know what the plan is. We know that Monster Hunter's getting these new servers. And what did they say? Like, they've been using the same architecture since, like,
updated since Wii or something like that.
Yeah, like since
they've just been putting band-aids on it for 20 years. Or 10, 15 years, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. And so hopefully it's something that, like, they can update, like, update 13, 14, whatever. Get some server maintenance and then get it incorporated into this game. I'm hoping we're not just left behind and it's like, well, we're only going to be
new games going forward.
Yeah, like, I'm fine if it's Mario Kart 9, if that happens, cool. But, like,
Mario Kart needs better netcode.
Yeah, and I mean, I honestly, even Splatoon, there are times, like, Splatoon's probably one of the better games when it comes to their netcode, but there are still times that it's like how are these shots missing? How are they like, when you're aimed right on them, you're not getting any hit markers, and it's like, what's going on here? So I hope we see some kind of an improvement, but I don't know. Any closing thoughts on the new characters, or the new patch, or anything before we wrap this thing up?
I mean, I'm excited for the quick play barrage to end, because I do want to put time in and learn different matchups. I think you and I are both fairly committed to actually sticking with this DLC character and wanting to learn them. So I think, and we had some fun dittos last night, so I think there is a future there for both of us to actually want to stick with them. And so I'm excited. Let us know what you guys are thinking about Pyra and Mythra, and I'm excited to be playing through. I dragged my feet on playing Xenoblade 1, so I'm working through that right now, and excited to go into finish my new game plus of Xenoblade 2. So I'm reinvigorated with playing this franchise that just like everybody else, like the smash bump that these franchises get is incredible. So companies are stupid if they don't want a character in Smash.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And I mean, we talked about it just briefly, but if they are going to nerf these characters, it's fine, because right now the two of them, like, you hit quick play and that's what everybody's playing, and you see, like, I don't think I've seen this many people say, oh, I'm gonna start playing this character, right? Like, a lot of people have started playing this character, which that kind of drives me crazy, because we're going to end up like we do in Mario Kart with like Waluigi's tiny wheels and a scooter, where it's like, that's all we're seeing. So, I do hope that, if a nerf does come, maybe it thins the people out, just so we keep seeing the variety, right? And I mean, you've got people like that have been playing their same characters. Like, I'm not going to abandon Mario. Yeah. Right? Like I'm not. And jumping into these characters has made me want to start playing more characters too, and just getting the experience with the matchups. And
yeah, you were excited to be playing a little bit of Mega Man last night too.
Yeah, it was fun to jump back in and play with that character a little bit. So so we'll just have to see. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it. Thank you so much for listening, for hanging out. These are going to probably happen a little more regular. We'll probably try to do it at least twice a month is what I'm hoping. And we will be hearing from our coaches here soon. Maybe do another episode before the tournament. Like I said, it should be the last Saturday of this month. N64josh.com/Discord if you want to jump in. Crawler, where can people find you?
You guys can find me hanging out in the Discord, n64josh.com/Discord. Also, Josh, Eric, Hate Zero, and myself, we have kind of pivoted away from NPC a little bit. Josh is still going to be doing some interview type stuff and some other things with NPC, but we have a brand new podcast called Press Pause, which it's on everything but Apple Podcasts right now. That should be out sometime, we would think, early this week. So by the time you're listening to this, it might be out already on Apple Podcasts, but check it out there. And we're talking current gen, movies, TV, Switch, all sorts of stuff. So come hang out and check it out.
Chat just said, NPC is dead. Long live NPC. Oh my gosh. I love it. Guys, thanks again for listening. We'll see you in the next one. Bye now.